Hey everyone, MJ here, and on today's video I want to talk about the M1 MacBook Air. I purchased the base model sometime back in November of last year. Since then I've used it to handle daily tasks, create thumbnails, and edit videos. In a world with M1 Pros, M1 Maxes, and even M1 Ultras, I thought it'd be a good idea to review my M1 MacBook Air, going over the pros and cons, and ultimately deciding if it's still a good buy in 2022. The 2020 MacBook Air features the infamous Apple M1 chip, 8-core CPU, 7-core GPU, 8GB of RAM, 256GB SSD, 2 Thunderbolt USB 4 ports, Force Touch trackpad, and backlit Magic Keyboard that includes Touch ID. The display is a 13-inch LED backlit IPS display with a resolution of 2560 by 1600. That's more than 220 pixels per inch, and it can get up to 400 nits of brightness. This display is really good. I know it's not the 120Hz XDR Pro display on the new MacBook Pros, but none of that really matters at this price point. For everyday use, the screen is perfectly fine. It can be hard to view outdoors, but the screen is plenty sharp and the colors are very accurate. The first day I purchased this, my girlfriend and I put on Infinity Ward to test the display. It blew away our expectations and I've been happy with it ever since. Due to the Air only weighing 2.8 pounds and having a height of 0.63 inches on the bigger side of the device, it's a breeze to travel with this. I mean, my Apple TV remote is literally thicker than the Air. I don't know how Apple makes these devices so thin and still pack all that power, but kudos to them. Now the negative here is the lack of ports. I already purchased my fair share of adapters. After seeing Apple bring the ports back with the new MacBook Pro models, it does make me envious in that department. But for daily use, traveling with this is fine, but if I do need to accomplish some heavy work, I am forced to bring those adapters alongside extra cables, and that's really just to use what I consider basic functions. The Air continues to perform on a level that exceeds my expectations. I've used it to create thumbnails, edit large photos taken in RAW, I've edited entire full HD projects, and the export time with Premiere Pro is even faster than my current gaming PC. I've even managed to handle some 4K footage at 30 FPS recorded on my iPhone 13. The Air handles that like a champ, and I virtually have no stutters on the device. Except maybe when I have Discord, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, Chrome, and plenty more apps open in the background. I do wish that I opted for the 16GB of RAM just to future-proof my device, but for right now it kills anything I throw at it, and that is a lot more than I can ask for. The keyboard is mostly what I expected. It's fine for most usage. I have tested the keyboard on the new MacBook Pros when I visited Best Buy, and I do have to say it is a vastly superior keyboard, but it beats every single Windows laptop keyboard that I've had in the past, plus the Touch ID and backlit feature is pretty great. The trackpad is a decent size, and I honestly find myself missing it when I'm video editing on my PC using a dedicated mouse. The gestures combined with Force Touch makes it a very pleasant experience. I'm sure you've heard by now just how good the MacBook speakers are. In fact, Dave2D recently did a video dissecting the MacBook speakers and just how much better they are than the Windows laptops that are out currently. And let me tell you, it's true. It's damn true. The speakers on the M1 Air are fantastic. Plenty of lows to match the high ends. Dolby Atmos support adds so much considering Apple Music now has the Atmos option. But enough of me talking about it, just listen to this. The battery life on the M1 Air is really good. I find myself sometimes using it for days at a time on just one charge if I use it very casually. Editing does take a toll on it, but not enough for me to complain about. What I did notice was when it's plugged into an external monitor, specifically through an HDMI output on an adapter, the battery drains very quickly. So much so that I kind of get anxious when I notice that I'm working on a project and I don't have my charger near me. But again, it's better than expected and there's not too much for me to fully complain about. So right now the M1 MacBook Air is listed at $999 for the base model. If you want to up the specs, it does run up to $1,249. That gets you more cores and storage. You can find it for around $800 on eBay, Costco, or even the Apple refurbished website. At that price, the M1 Air is a steal. The screen and speakers alone are worth it, considering even higher priced Windows laptops don't even provide those simple functions. Overall, I think the M1 MacBook Air is still a good buy in 2022. I'm aware of the fact that a newer model could be coming very soon, but at the price, especially if you can find it around $800 if not less, it's just too good of a deal to pass up. The M1 combined with macOS's optimization makes it lightning fast. The screen combined with the speakers makes it a good entertainment device. The lightweight design makes it very portable to use practically anywhere. But those are just my thoughts. What do you think of the M1 MacBook Air? Do you have it? Do you enjoy it? And if you're looking to upgrade your Mac, are you going to wait for a new Air model to drop? Let me know down below in the comment section. Anyways, I will talk to you guys next time.